Sir Keir Starmer is the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. How does that impact Indo-UK ties? I'm being joined by members of the Indian diaspora over here, Gurminder Randhawa and Vikram Dohan. Thank you so much for joining us here, Gurminder. What does this mean, a Labour win for the United Kingdom first?
For us, I think it is important that we have seen so much of downward kind of trend from the Tories or from the Conservatives. So we wanted a change, definitely, and that is expected out of Labour. So we have been supporting Labour, as Labour has been our Congress sister party, as we call it. So we are very pleased to have this outcome seen, especially when we are seeing 412 seats being, it's a landslide victory from Labour.
Vikram, but when I speak to, or when I was speaking to a lot of the Indian community members, most of them did have a soft corner for Rishi Sunak. Indian origin, the affinity. Do you think he absolutely went wrong, or did he join or become Prime Minister at the wrong time?
Well, given Rishi Sunak his parents hails from Indian origin, so of course we do have a soft spot for him. We also need to think about policies of the country as well. I think 15 years of Tory government was getting a bit too much, and the way internal politics within Conservative Party worked, there was not sending a positive message to even the Conservative members. And you can see many safe seats Conservative lost just because of that, because I think Tories were just losing control on their own operations and on the office bearers and the way party was functioning. And membership and voters send a strong message, this cannot go on like that. So we had to talk about policies, we would like a government which is India-centric. Sir Keir Starmer has reached out to Indian community. He gave maximum number of tickets to Indian origin sort of people to contest. And I think we got 29 Indian origin MPs in the Parliament, which is the maximum number this time. So we are definitely positive about this government, and I hope they will be working to set a positive relationship with India and UK.
Okay, what about you, Gurminder? Do you think that with the Labour government now, that there'll be the continuation of ties between India and UK will continue, because there was an uptick in ties between India and UK during the Conservative government?
I would say it will actually strengthen, because Labour Party has been, if you sort of see from day one, has been very strongly working closely with the Indian government as well as the Indian nation, I would sort of say. So I think with Labour coming here, and especially now the change in India as well, our Congress party getting more seats in the recent election, opposition leader being a Congress leader. So there is, I think that is definitely going to make it positive from that perspective, that yes, the Labour Party here will reach out to India, and then the Modi government as well in there will have to, I think, react back in a positive side, because the opposition is going to obviously push them to do that. So we are very hopeful that that will happen.
The Indian diaspora over here, we've seen a lot of engagement with Indian diaspora. We saw Rishi Sunak go visit temples. It's not just the diaspora, but the Hindu vote bank as well. And we saw Sir Keir Starmer do the same. Do you think that really helped either of the leaders of the parties?
I think it has helped to win Indian sentiments. But I think this election was more than that this time. So if you think about Indian voters around UK, we are 2%. I think in few seats we can make an impact, and we have made that impact anyway. But I think going to temples and churches and gurudwaras helps. But I think after Brexit, COVID, war in Ukraine and Russia, I think UK is a very interesting place, I would say. So they're still trying to find their sort of feet among international community. So I think this election was mostly done on economic, promises Labour has made. It ran on foreign ties, because not many people are happy with the wars around the world, and also immigration has been a major issue. So we are extremely surprised the way one of the Reform Party, sort of got 5 seats this time, and they were anti-immigrant, anti-international trade.
That's the sentiment right now. That is the sentiment.
Well, given
they did cut into the Conservative vote bank.
Of course they did, and given the votes they got, what I was hearing is on 99 seats they were second party, which is like matter of concern for all the parties, I would say. So I think again, British people have spoken. Politicians must hear that, and if they have those concerns, they must make policies to fix it. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of Indian community MPs now, and of them, majority of them are Sikh community. Is that in any way a reflection on how the country over here is thinking about what happens back home, and will that impact the issues of Khalistan, issues of farmers' protests that we saw, Punjab, so on and so forth?
I don't sort of see Khalistan being part of the equation. I sort of see the people here really going for the issues in terms of, yes, having Sikh candidates or Sikh MPs, it gives us positive indication that the diversity is definitely being promoted and is actually being taken care very well in terms of by even the people who are electing. So they do not sort of differentiate between, okay, you are from Indian as long as you are a good person and as long as you will do the good job. I think that's what people go for, and if you're talking about the right issues. So that is, I think, how it should be, and we have to give time and give some space to people who have been living here and they have actually made their life here. So why not? So I don't see that in terms of a problem, and I think it's a positive sign. But having farmer issue, for example, definitely I think these people will take it up with the not just only the government here, maybe during the interaction with India. So when it comes to foreign policies, I'm sure that these people can have their say in it, that everybody should
Do
be
you think
treated.
that will change from Conservatives to Labour now?
Well, if you think about that, no matter what government would have been in power in UK, they cannot ignore India. So we are 1.3 billion strong people back there. We have really strong Indian diaspora here in UK and all around the world. We are more than 5 trillion economy now. So I think every Western country wants to flock back home and invest into the businesses, infrastructure, research development and all that. So I think how I feel is change has happened in UK. If Sir Keir Starmer and his party does not, leverage on it and strengthen tie with India, I would say it's their loss. Because we're not going to stop. We will become superpower in next. Well, we are superpower right now anyway. And we continue to be on that path. So I think they cannot ignore us. And I don't think there is any feeling or impression we are getting from this current government. They won't ignore us.
Okay, so that's a very strong message coming in from the Indian diaspora here in London, that India cannot be ignored, and this government will also continue furthering ties between the two countries, between India and the United Kingdom. In London, Geeta Mohan for India Today Global.